It's April 15th. It's my last day of the trip, and I'm packing up everything that got spread out over Camp Spencer the past few days. This is the last of the microgreens, but they're not that fresh, so I'm gonna put them in the composting. And gonna head down into Austin and try and get my last hat of the trip. I didn't get any in Oklahoma, but I'm okay with that because I don't think I saw enough of Oklahoma camping wise to get a hat. So I will share with you what we did yesterday and what we're doing today as my last kind of active vlog post. And then the final one will be somewhat of a recap of the trip, a debriefing, if you will, with my favorite things. So stay tuned. It's the last day. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. It made all the difference, honestly. Just parked at Zilker Park. We're getting on the way to the pond, the lake, right? I have my water boy here. Are you carrying my water, Jetty? Not going in today, but this is a cool little place down in Zilker Park called Barton Springs where people can come and just chill out in the water. And down on this portion here, you can bring the pups, apparently. Next time, paddle boards, kayaks.
Let's go.
All right, canoes. Let me see you run.
Over by the art center. It's like down.
All right, the pinnacle of our trip to Zilker Park at the Colorado River intersection with a creek with the view of downtown Austin. A beautiful day hike, and you can hear Jetty did it. He did it. Lovely little morning at Zilker Park, and at the very last stop, I ran out of space on the memory card in my camera. So without deleting any photos or anything from the camera, it was about 128 gigs. Just FYI, 6 weeks of heavy camera usage. So not bad. We're in downtown Austin on the quest for the hat, and true to form for this trip, it's a little windy. But we're walking miles, we're making a hike out of it. We're gonna find a good one. We're walking by a building called the Driscoll, and apparently it's possibly haunted. The ghost has crossed the street in the form of my cameraman. Okay, here at the state capital of Texas in Austin, I'm gonna do my final hat of the trip, which we were able to get at a shop. So bye-bye, well, it should be bye-bye Pueblo of Jemez, but it's Bryce Canyon today. Hello, City of Austin, which this is a great representation of my time here because it never actually thunderstormed, but the threat of it kept me from camping all but one night in the backyard. So, good way to end the trip with a representative hat of Austin. It's been an amazing trip. Had a lovely day walking around downtown Austin, and now I am ready to pack up the car again and get on the very last leg of the trip, going to see Chris. I'm gonna do kind of a wrap up, which I'll post later today, and so keep your eye out for one final vlog post. Thanks for coming along this trip with me, everyone. It's been an amazing trip. I can't believe it's over, but I'm also ready to get to Dallas. Two massive lightning strikes just in front of us, so on the drive, the last leg of the trip. Driving home. Let's see if we get, oh, did we get that in the screen? There's a big massive one to the left there. This is pretty terrifying. Given a massive hailstorm at Round Rock, driving through Round Rock. God. Oh, be nice to get out of this. Well, the hail shook down a dead little buggy. Looks like some sort of bee that I probably brought with me from Great Salt Plains. It's still hailing, but it's not coming down so fast and furious. But you can still hear it. I'm basically at a standstill on the highway. Reminds me of this time at White Sands with Brooke and John. I actually even mentioned this visit in an earlier post, where it was a beautiful sunset, and then all of a sudden, just as we were getting into the car, we had seen the storm clouds darkening the sky. We didn't realize how close it was, and we just kind of had this sort of terrifying drive, you know, the few miles to get out of White Sands, just getting pummeled by hail. I was by myself in one car, they were in another car, and I just remember thinking to myself, okay, what am I going to do if the windshield is shattered or the driver's side window is shattered? And I definitely felt that way for a little bit in this little drive here. But the sky is brighter a little bit ahead of us, so hopefully we will be emerging from this storm shortly, and it will be a nicer drive going on. But what a way to end a trip. Seriously, thank God I'm not camping. Oh my God, look at all these cars up here sheltering from the hail. I don't blame them. Made it out. Glad that was the only storm of the trip that I found myself in. Okay, I made it back, everyone. I am going to leave you here, although you will see me inside when I do the recap video, which may or may not post tomorrow. I don't know. I just want to make sure I get the right information for you all. But I do, after this long trip, this long drive, I just want to say thank you so much for coming along with me. It meant the world to me. It made the trip way more meaningful to know that you all were watching and to see your comments. So thank you so much. I will do the same for you if you ever take another trip, if you ever take a trip like this, and we'll see you next time. 42 days. Great to be with you all. So long.